American Championship for women live from Barquisimeto's Domo Bolivariano for the second game of the day. This one between Ecuador and Peru. Just moments ago, Chile defeated Uruguay 68-53. A pair of games later on this afternoon, Paraguay and Colombia at 4:45, followed up by Venezuela and Argentina at 7 local time. That also happens to be 7 on the east coast of the U.S. as well. There you get a look at the Group B standings. Ecuador coming into this one at 0-2, Peru at 0-2. Like our last matchup, both teams hungry for their first win in group play. Alongside Federico Gomez, I'm Craig Feda. Glad you can be with us. And Federico, again, both of these teams, as we had in our first game, they've got some good players. They can do some good things. They were just overmatched by the competition. Like last game was pretty competitive. I think the score, a 15-point spread, was a little bit misleading. This one should be competitive as well.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Both teams, great performers. Unfortunately, as you said, unmatched, matched pretty heavily by their opponents over the couple of the last days. We will see a great game here, hopefully. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but this would be a great battle. Both teams aiming for that third position on the championship of the group, I should say Group B action here right now. We already have the 2 teams that will qualify for the semifinals of the South American Women's Championship in Argentina and Venezuela. So here we have it, a battle for the third place of Group B.
Peru led by Daniela Porras, averaging 11 points a game in this tournament, and Ana Farfan at 8 points per game, the leading rebounder, Jimena Vega. And for Ecuador, as we meet their roster being introduced on the floor, they are led by Diana Salcedo at 9 points a game, Carla Ipes at 8 points a game, leading rebounder, Diana Salcedo for Ecuador. Peru wearing the home whites, Ecuador in the traveling reds, but Ecuador on the home bench.
Ecuador knows what it's like to play at the big tournaments. She already played at last year's 2015 FIBA America's Women's Championship. Will that experience help them in this game against Peru? We will see as we hear the national anthems.
Time now for the anthems. Let's listen in. First for Peru. And now the national anthem for Ecuador.
Himno de Ecuador.
Welcome in once again to Domo Bolivariano in Barquisimeto, Venezuela for the 2016 South American Women's Championship. Fourth day of group play. One more after this one before we get on to the medal round. Let's meet our officials for today's game. Julio Anaya from Panama, Carlos Velez Londono from Colombia, and Gustavo Vera from Paraguay.
We got you practicing your Spanish over here.
The last 3 days, Victor's had me practicing Spanish and Portuguese and everything else.
I don't know if I can help you with Portuguese. Probably I'll cause you more problems than...
There's a look at the full Panamanian roster coached by Mario Ivanicki. Talked about some of the good players for Peru. Porras, Vega, and Farfan, the leaders. Let's look at the starting lineup for Peru now. At guard, number 6, Daniela Porras, also at guard. Number 8, Ana Farfan. At forward, number 4, Maria Bellatin. At forward, number 10, Alessandra Vera. And at center, number 13, Jimena Vega. There's a look at the full roster for Team Ecuador. Salcedo and Ypes, they're key players. They get lots of contributions everywhere, though. And there's the starters for Team Ecuador. At guard, number 13, Doris Lasso. At forward, number 5, Marjorie Caicedo. Also at forward, number 7, Liliana Angulo. At forward, number 9, Diana Salcedo. And at forward, number 11, Carla Ypes. And there's a look at Coach Mariano Ivanicki, as both of these teams still searching for their first win in this tournament.
And looking at the other side of the bench, here we have Luciano Martinez, coach of the Ecuadorian national team.
In 2 games, Ecuador has turned the ball over 44 times. They will have to take better care of the ball, as will Peru. They've turned it over 52 times in their 2 games. Peru yesterday lost to Argentina by the score of 89-15. Peru held without a field goal in the 3rd quarter. Ecuador yesterday fell big to Venezuela, 91-46. So both of these teams might be in a little bit of a bad mood after both getting blown out yesterday. They should both be hungry and playing hard in this one.
No doubt about it. Both teams looking hungry, looking for that victory. We will see what will happen here in this match. Both teams looking for that third position in Group B.
Si vos podés meter la pelota acá, Masito corre directamente acá abajo del aro. ¿Está? A ver si podemos hacer un pase. Vos, Dayan, una vez que pasaste, inmediatamente correr por atrás. Entonces tenemos que hacer esto. Si vemos...
Some final thoughts there from Luciano Martinez. There's a look at the Peruvian bench. Again, we are live in Barquisimeto. 4th day of 5 of group play. A pair of games coming up tomorrow. Colombia and Uruguay, and Brazil and Paraguay to cap off group play. One result already in the books today. Chile beat Uruguay 68-53. 2 more games later on. Paraguay and Colombia followed up by the feature match of the day, Venezuela and Argentina.
One of those early anticipated matchups of the game. Venezuela taking a gamble in choosing Group B, knowing full well they don't want a match against Brazil in the semifinals. It should be a pretty exciting game, the last game of the day today. None of those teams want to face Brazil, knowing full well they can be left out of the final game.
Absolutely correct. It's going to be Salcedo jumping against Bellatin. Peru controls the tip. There's Porras, right side. Driving baseline, spinning to the left hand, won't go. Salcedo the rebound. Caicedo now, right side. just underway between Ecuador and Peru. Glad you can be joining us wherever you're tuned in from. Around the Americas or around the world as Salcedo scores the first points of this one. You can also follow the tournament online. Go to FIBA.com/Americas. Find us on social media, on Facebook, FIBA, on Instagram and Twitter, @FIBA. And for the Spanish language, @FIBA_ES. Use the hashtag Sudamericano 2016. Ypes launches the three, no good. Now the pretty feed underneath to Liliana Angulo, and it's 4-0.
No one covered Angulo on the paint. 2 easy points for Ecuador.
Bellatine between the rings. Right side now. There's Farfan, throws it up off the glass. She draws the foul on Lasso.
Peru is known for that. The drive and trying to get fouls called to go to the free throw line. A perfect example for what we just saw from Farfan.
First free throw is good, and Peru is on the board. Second free throw no good, but Peru gets the offensive rebound. Salcedo the other way, and she travels.
Yeah, she took 3 steps, no doubt about it.
4-1 in favor of Ecuador.
That was close. Wow.
Yeah, it wasn't as obvious as
one may have thought.
Because when I looked up, I was unsure, and then you were all over it, so I didn't say anything. But then on the replay,
yeah, I may have jumped the gun. Yeah.
Porras for 3. No good, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be Ecuador ball. Ecuador and Colombia with similar flags. Every time I look up at the scoreboard, I want to say Colombia, but it's Ecuador. Venezuela also with the yellow, blue, and red on the flag, but Venezuela distinguished by the stars across the blue stripe and the crest in the upper left corner. Both Ecuador and Colombia have the blue and red stripe with the wider yellow stripe than Venezuela's flag. They both have crests in the middle. The Colombian crest is more of a circle with a crest inside. Has the word Colombia in the circle, but hard to read from distance, so Ecuador now up 5-1. Of course, Federico, my friend, being more familiar with South America, just chuckling at the American. How do you not know that, he says.
No. I didn't say that.
Oh, I could tell by the look in your eye.
No.
And a steal by Lasso, 6-1. Angulo loses control of it. Now Farfan. Pretty move there by Jimena Vega, but she couldn't finish with the right hand. Bellatine picks up the loose ball. Left hand scoop is up and good by Daniela Porras. And it's 6-3 now in favor of Ecuador. Now into the corner for Ypes. 6 to shoot. Salcedo can't get the 3 to fall. And rebounded by Peru. Bellatine to her right, pulls up in front of Angulo and swishes that one home. And Peru within 1 at 6-5. Salcedo, cross-court pass to Angulo, now to Lasso, to Ypes, into the corner, 3 on the way, bang! Marjorie Caicedo hits from distance to make it 9-5. Vega now hands off to Farfan. She thought about the 3. Now she takes it. Farfan connects from 3. Back-to-back 3-pointers for Peru, and it's 9-8. Lasso working on Farfan, gets to the baseline, throws up the shot short. Rebounded by Vega. Porras now on the left side. She challenges and then kicks it out to Vera. She goes off the glass and in, and Peru has its first lead at 10-9. That's got to feel mighty good for them.
Yeah. Peru always, the drive, kick out. Drive and kick out and throw in those hits. As we have a foul called.
Foul was called on Porras. Her first, team's second. Beg your pardon, it's her second foul. And so that will bear watching for Mario Ivanicki. Salcedo, 8 to shoot from the left elbow. Back iron, and the rebound controlled by Peru. Here comes Vera. Kicks it out to Bellatine. Bellatine. Oh, the circus shot, not anywhere close. The defense collapsed as she was already in the air. She didn't really have much that she could do with that. And now a foul at the other end. That's going to be on Ana Farfan. Free throw by Salcedo barely catches the front part of the rim. And it remains a 1-point lead for Peru. Misses both. Farfan between the rings to her left. And Lasso kind of throws down Vega.
But Vega called for the offensive foul.
Yeah, she kind of stepped out with her hip, so that's a good call there. First foul on Vega. Angulo scores with the left hand. And now Ecuador back on top. Mansilla into the game. She replaced Porras, who sat with those 2 fouls. Inside to Vega. Beautiful move around Angulo for Jimena Vega. And Peru back on top, 12-11. Angulo. Left side to Lasso. Now to Ypes. Ypes around the screen by Angulo. Backhand pass into the corner for Salcedo. She takes it hard to the hole and draws the foul. That'll be on Jimena Vega, and that'll be her second foul.
Diana taking some punishment down in the paint. Something interesting Peru is doing every time Diana or someone else catches the ball close to the hoop, either on the paint or close enough, they're doubled and sometimes tripled by everybody that's on the paint looking for the kick out, not another pass to the paint. Something that's proven effectively. Right now, not so much.
Salcedo hits the second, and we are tied at 12. 3 minutes to play first quarter. Been tight the whole way. And Sila left side. Guarded by Ipes. Farfan. Step back jumper. Pretty shot by Ana Farfan. And she gives Peru a 2-point lead, 14-12. Only one team foul against Ecuador. Lasso, scoop pass. Salcedo for three, won't go. Angulo the rebound. Oh, tough shot for Angulo, and that's good, and we're tied back up at 14. Bellatin to Mancilla, now to Vega. Bellatin. Backhand pass to Vera, launches the three. Until that was going to be off. Rebounded by Caicedo. Inside of 2 minutes to play first quarter. Tied up at 14. Ipes on the wing to Angulo. Back to Ipes. Salcedo, 5 to shoot. Now Caicedo to the left hand, high off the glass and in. Pretty shot by Marjorie Caicedo. Minute 30 to play. Bellatin into the front court. Vega throws up the awkward shot, tipped out of bounds by Bellatin. And Vega knows, I know I should have passed that. Alessandra Vera was open a little bit farther out. Now Cosmopoulos comes in. Farfan and Vera sit down. Timeout on the floor. Minute 20 to play. Ecuador up 2.
Tatiana, te vas a ubicar acá, está con el balón, estamos, vos vas a ir acá y vos vas a ir acá. Liliana está acá, ¿estamos? Y Carla va a estar acá. Entonces, ¿qué vas a hacer vos? Pic, pic, y vas a hacer esto. Cortina, ahí está, y va para el aro. Si ella no recibe acá, Carla, te cruzás para el otro lado, ¿está? Y vos te quedás abierta. Y ahí tenés la bola acá, jugás otra vez en 1 contra 1. Vamos a ver, dale.
Minute 20 to play first quarter. Ecuador on top by 2. Had a chance to listen in to the timeout there, Federico.
Just basically a pick and roll play up high, looking for the roll into the rim, and then a one-on-one play on this side.
Tatiana Patino handling the point now for Ecuador. Caicedo left side, launches the three, bang! Marjorie Caicedo hitting from long range. 5-point lead now for Ecuador.
Big hit from Marjorie Caicedo, known for those kinds of shots, but also known for the down in the paint points that can be uplifting at some times.
Gabriela Duarte into the game for Peru as well. And Peru with the over and back. Actually, they never got it back. They just got it over.
Yeah.
So a turnover for Peru. Coutinho driving on Cosmopoulos. Now dishes it out to Caicedo. Caicedo to Angulo underneath. Pretty drive and dish. 21-14 now. 28 seconds to play first quarter. Duarte around the screen by Vega. Pops for three. Misses that badly left side. And here comes Ecuador. Salcedo the kick out to Ypes for three. Yes!
And just like that, a 10-point lead up in the scoreboard.
Guillotine puts it up as the quarter expires. Peru went the last 2 minutes and 45 seconds of the first quarter without scoring. It's a 12-0 run for Peru to end the quarter. And they lead 24-14. This is the 2016 South American Championship for Women live from Domo Bolivariano.
Starting to hurt from wearing these headphones. Fourth day in a row, 9 hours a day.
Twenty-four to 14 in favor of Ecuador. And they end the first period on a 12-0 run. Peru did not score the last 2 minutes and 45 seconds of the first quarter. And Federico, what does Peru have to do to get back in this one?
They have to move the ball. They have to find another way to get the shots, because those crazy shots on the paint with the drive are not going to settle it against an Ecuadorian team that's playing great defense to counter-attack and get fast transitions out of the offensive errors of the Peruvian team.
Peru shooting just 36% in that first quarter, 5 of 14 from two-point range, 1 of 4 from three-point range. Ecuador, meanwhile, 6 of 8 from two-point range, 3 of 6 from three-point range. Points in the paint advantage to Ecuador, 12-6. Coutinho hits the free throw following the foul by Cosmopoulos. Cosmopoulos into the front court. Farfan behind the back dribble. Could not shake Coutinho. Now Porras back into the game, launches the three, no good. Rebound bouncing around, Angulo the last to touch. And it'll be Peru ball with 14 on the shot clock. Porras from the left wing around Garcia. 8 to shoot. Now Cosmopoulos turns it over. Both teams took pretty good care of the ball in that first quarter. Only 3 turnovers apiece.
Great defensive rotation from Ecuador in that play, leading up to the steal and the foul. And in that way, Patiño will go to the line.
That foul on Cosmopoulos, her second. Patiño misses them both. And Peru finally controls the rebound. Handoff from Garcia to Farfan, now to Bellatine, now to Porras. Back out to Bellatine, 10 to shoot. Farfan, right side, loses control, kicks it out. Now Bellatine for three. Bang! Maria Bellatine breaks the drought. And it's 25-17. Lead down to 8. Ypes. Over the shoulder pass to Salcedo. Gorgeous pass from Carla Ypes.
And then we saw the factor that I was talking about. Everybody went to the other side of the paint and left Diana Salcedo, a shooter, a straight-up killer from short range, down below without a defender.
Farfan kicks it out to Bellatine, now to Garcia. She turns around, banks it in. I think she thought there was less time on the shot clock because she just turned around and put that up. Banked it in, and it's 27-19. Patiño to Ypes, now to Salcedo, into the corner. Caicedo, good ball movement by Ecuador. 3 on the way, air ball. Grabbed by Bellatine. Cosmopoulos calling the play. Farfan driving on Patiño, kicks it out to Bellatine. Porras wanted the 3, but the defense came out. Now the kick to Bellatine. Shot up off the glass. Good by Bellatine. Pretty ball movement that time. Patient offense by Peru. The lead down to 6, 27-21. 7 minutes to play, second quarter.
Ecuador was slow on rotation, and that allowed, Peru to get to the paint, and the slow kick out as we have once again an air ball.
Will go out of bounds. Peru with a chance to cut into it even further. Maria Gancon into the game now to replace Carla Ypes. I don't think Ypes has been out yet. You must be sweeter than me, Federico, because the flies are buzzing around you.
Yeah.
And you're leaving me alone.
Yeah. It's either the heat, the sweat, or the flies down here in Barquisimeto. Bad occasions when it's all 3 at the same time.
There's been one more fly each day.
Yeah.
I don't think there were any the first day. Then the second day we had 1. I think there's 3 or 4.
Been accumulating each day, yeah.
Must be calling their friends.
There's good food over here.
Yeah. Porras, 10 to shoot. Kick out to Vera for 3. Oh, that was close, but the rebound by Garcia. Garcia kicks it out. 3 on the way, Farfan. That's good! Lead down to 3 now, 27-24. Ecuador has not scored in over 2.5 minutes now since the 8:35 mark. That shot misses. Farfan the rebound. Porras, right side, a 3 can tie it. Porras into the paint, throws it up with the right hand, no good. Rebound by Caicedo.
Those are the anxious shots that sometimes you might get it in, but most times you're gonna miss them. So,
Wide open 3 from Gencon ends the drought for Ecuador. They're back on top by 6, 30-24. 3 from Porras. That rattled out. She comes away with kind of a wry smile on her face saying, how did that happen? Now an offensive foul and a technical followed up against Diana Salcedo. She committed the offensive foul. Great job sliding into position. I think that was Farfan. Get a look at it here. And then immediately gets the tee. So Porras to the free throw line. And she hits. 5-point lead for Ecuador. Inside 5 minutes to play. 4:58 to be exact in this second quarter. Vega to Garcia. Now Farfan between the rings. Picked up by Patino. Swirls her way into the lane, throws it up with the left hand, draws the foul.
That may be another on Diana Salcedo.
I believe it is.
And it is. Her third. And we're halfway to the end of the second quarter.
So Salcedo will check out. Ipes will come back on. Farfan misses both free throws. Beg your pardon, she did make the first. That's what I thought. The scoreboard didn't put it up until just now. And now another turnover for Ecuador.
Still, Diana looks at her coach. What did I do? What did I do? She can't believe she got called for the tech. But if the ref called it, was for a reason. So I'm not going to argue about that.
Luciano Martinez wants timeout. A 4-point lead for Ecuador. 4:34 to play, second quarter. We're back in Barquisimeto.
Estén tranquilas, tenemos que jugar más serena, ¿está claro? Vamos a meternos en el partido, lo que nos interesa es el partido, ¿o no? Estamos bien. Ahora fíjense, la defensa siempre está, como es, viene por acá, le hacen un pick, viene en drible y se va, pero ¿en qué tiempo? Faltando 6 segundos. Entonces nosotros tenemos que estar controlando el balón y los últimos 6 segundos vamos a hacer switch. Nosotros de acá vamos a hablar eso, vamos a hacer switch, así toman.
Aparecen las dos ahí y en ese momento que bajaron, ¿sí? Cuando la chata le dice ahora, vos tenés que jugar el 1 contra 1 y le vas para abajo, ¿está claro? Sí, dale, va.
4:34 to play, second quarter.
1, 2, 3, Peru!
Peru, after being down, has cut it to 4. A couple of three-point buckets, some turnovers by Ecuador. And Peru finds himself back in this one. Farfan driving on Patino, kicks it out. It's Porras right side. Pull-up jumper in the baseline, rolls off. Rebounded by Ipes, and she gets fouled from behind by Porras.
There's
Just
no
the first
need.
team foul by Peru in this quarter.
There's no need for that. Just get back to defense, get the stop, and go for the basket. There's no need to try to cut the ball or steal the ball right there as you just lost it. Take your time, relax, get a good stop in defense, and then come back on offense better.
That was the third foul on Porras as Tatiana Patino scores to make it a 6-point game. Second team foul. Beg your pardon, I believe I said first. Vega loses control momentarily. Out to Garcia, now into the corner for Vera. 5 to shoot. Garcia up and under move, scoop layup won't go.
And again, we have a foul called. If you lose the ball on offense, just get back to defense. There's no need to get up those fouls, and we have 4-3 on team fouls, and the next foul will send Ecuador to the line. So we need to calm down, get back on D, try to get the stop. Don't let them get those easy free throws from our fouls.
Again, Cone gets it to Angulo. Now into the corner. Ipes thought about the three, kicks it out. Caicedo now for three. Bang! Marjorie Caicedo hits. Back to a 9-point lead. 3:10 to play, second quarter. Farfan hounded by Patino. Garcia, the long jump shot. Back iron, no. Rebound. Tapped by Vega to Garcia, and Peru controls. Vera now getting the offense set up. Out near midcourt. Crossover. Vega, good defensive rotation by Ipes. And she gets the rebound. Nice defense that time by Ecuador. Gencon to Angulo. Angulo triple teamed in the post, dribbles it off the leg of Duarte. Didn't see Duarte sneak back in there. Now Cosmopolis and Bellatine come on for Vega and Farfan. Kick out to Patino, now Ipes calling for the screen, 5 to shoot. It's past Duarte, puts it up over Garcia, shot won't go, but she draws the foul. 2:14 to play. Ecuador back on top by 9. Foul was on Lorena Garcia. Her first. Free throw good by Ipes, and now it's a 10-point lead. Ipes hits them both. The lead is 11, 37-26. Coming up on 2 minutes to play. Cosmopolis to her right. To Duarte. A little spin up and under move. Pretty move there by Duarte.
Same play. Pick and all around the drive. That finishes great.
And a gorgeous feed underneath.
And
to
just as I said
Caicedo.
that, Caicedo with a wonderful, amazing up and down layup.
Cosmopolis crosses over, loses it, gets it back. Bellatine on the drive on Ipes. Turnaround, won't go. Rebound Caicedo. Caicedo's got 13 points and 8 rebounds now. Farfan has 10 points for Peru.
What a great potential three-point play from Angulo.
Foul is going to be on Duarte. Good body control there. She was bumped away from the basket on her way up. 3-point play not complete. Garcia the rebound. 1:15 to play, second quarter, 41-28 Ecuador. Cosmopolis backs it out. Now a three on the way from Vera. That misses badly. Gencon to Angulo. Back out to Ipes. Ecuador works it around. Three on the way. That's good. Gencon strikes again from distance. 44-28.
Just like that.
35 seconds to play in the half. Cosmopolis guarded by Patino. 10 to shoot. Cosmopolis to Duarte. She jacks up the three. That's off. And it goes out of bounds. It'll be Ecuador ball. Ecuador on a 14-2 run for the last 4 minutes. Another three. Gencon gives Ecuador a 19-point lead. 3 seconds left, 2 now 1. Farfan, beg your pardon, that's Cosmopoulos pulls up, hits the baseline jumper. And the half will end with Ecuador up 47-30. A huge run, a 10-0 run over the last, beg your pardon, a 10-2 run over the last 2:04. Ecuador hit 7 field goals in a row. This is the 2016 South American Championship for women. Ecuador on top, 47-30 at half. Let's get a look at some of the halftime statistics. Ecuador 76% from two-point range, 58% from three. Peru just 36% from two-point range, 27% from three. Points in the paint in favor of Ecuador, 18-10. Fast break points, Ecuador 3-0. Second chance points, Ecuador 4-3. The Ecuador bench outscoring Peru 12-6. 17-14, Ecuador has the rebounding advantage, but Peru has the edge on the offensive glass. Peru more than twice as many fouls committed in the game. Ecuador nearly twice as many assists. Both teams taking very good care of the ball. Ecuador only 6 turnovers, Peru only 4, 2 steals apiece. As we look at the leaders, Caicedo leads in points, rebounds, and assists for Ecuador. Farfan, 10 points. Jimena Vega, 3 rebounds. Horas has 2 assists. Let's look at the full table of scores now. Patino with 3, Caicedo 13, Angulo 10 for Ecuador, Salcedo 5. Gencon has 9, and Ipes with 7. For Peru, Bellatine has 7, Foras 3, Garcia 2, Farfan has the 10 points, Vera 2, Duarte 2, Cosmopoulos 2, and Vega has 2. Over the last 4 minutes and 46 seconds of the second quarter, Ecuador outscored Peru to the tune of 17-4. Ecuador outscoring Peru in the quarter 23-16. As we go to the highlights. Both of these teams trying to get their first win in group play. Peru has come back from a pretty big deficit on a couple of occasions in this game. We'll see if they have it in them in this second half. 2 more games today, Paraguay and Colombia, followed by Venezuela and Argentina at 7. Early result today, Chile beat Uruguay 68-53. 2 games tomorrow to wrap up group play. Colombia and Uruguay at 4:45 p.m., followed up by Brazil and Paraguay at 7. You see some of the three-point shooting by Colombia. Beg your pardon, by Ecuador. Just talked about Colombia. There's Bellatine from in close off the glass. Three-pointer by Farfan. There's another 3. Ecuador doing it from all over, inside and out. And they've got a 47-30 lead at half over Peru. This is the 2016 South American Championship for Women. Live from Domo Bolivariano in Barquisimeto, Venezuela. Glad you can be with us. We'll be back with second half action in just a bit. Welcome back to the 2016 South American Championship for Women. Halftime of our second game today between Ecuador and Peru. Ecuador leading 47-30 coming out of the half. Peru found themselves down a couple of times in that first half and came back, got it to within single digits. Got it as low as 3 or 4. And then all of a sudden,
that three-point shot from Ecuador found its way, and all of a sudden they climbed up to the 20-point lead.
Ecuador went on a 17-4 run over the last 4:46 of the second quarter. 2 more games today, Paraguay and Colombia, followed by Venezuela and Argentina. A pair of games tomorrow to wrap up group play, Colombia and Uruguay at 4:45, and then Brazil and Paraguay as Brazil prepares for the medal round. Farfan kicks it out. Now Porras open for 3. Back iron, rebound by Farfan. Vega, pretty move to the bucket, and Peru scores first in this second half. Angulo off the glass with the left hand and in. Porras just about loses it to Gencon. Now a 3 on the way. That missed by Porras.
They get it back.
Farfan, step back 3. Looked like that was going to be good. Rebound tipped to Gencon by Angulo. .17 to play, third quarter. Angulo from in close, and that falls in. Vera to Vega, high off the glass and in, pretty shot by Vega. Angulo can't get her awkward left-hand shot to fall. Porras. Vega spinning into the lane, runs into Ypes, but banks it in off the glass and good. .51-36. Bellatine from the corner to Vega. Vera with the left hand, circles out, but she'll go to the free throw line. That foul on Genkon, her second. Vera can't get the free throw to fall. Second one drops in. Down to a 14-point lead. Patino to her right to Genkon. Now to Ypes in the corner. 6:40 to play third quarter. Genkon out to Caicedo, now to Salcedo. Beg your pardon, that's Angulo. Ball on the floor, 4 to shoot. Ypes for 3. Bang! Ypes.
What a way to recover. Great job there by Ypes, getting that ball in.
That three-pointer by Duarte misses. Patino. Genkon back to Patino. 3 on the way. Hits the side of the backboard for Caicedo. Now Vera. Duarte gets it to Bellatine. Now the hand to Vera. Pretty shot by Alessandra Vera. The running floater in the lane. Back down to 15. Caicedo swings it to Ypes. Bellatine closed. She could not get the three-pointer off. That one goes off the hands. Now Genkon steps inside, banks it in with 1 left on the shot clock. Pretty shot there by Maria Genkon. Vega to Vera. Vera loses it. Vega gets it back. Vega with the right hand. Contact, no call. Bellatine taps it out to Farfan. Her pass deflected. Bellatine picks it up. But she can't connect. Up ahead to Caicedo. Now Genkon. Nice patient ball movement again. A little triangle action.
Fast passing, rotation, everything you want to see in the Ecuadorian side of the offensive.
$14 to shoot for Ecuador. Catch and shoot there by Vinuesa. That last foul was on Jimena Vega. That's her 4th. Duarte bottled up. She gets fouled, though. I think they're going to get Patino. No, they're going to get Caicedo.
Yeah.
Farfan for 3, short. Rebound by Ypes.
She looked at the referee and wanted a foul.
Ecuador being patient now, just content to let some clock run, look for a good shot with a pretty healthy lead. Caicedo now for 3. And Farfan battling with Patino. That's going to be on Farfan. It'll be her 2nd foul. scoring even this quarter, 9-9. That doesn't really help Peru very much. Patino swings it into the corner. Caicedo, the baseline drive. Pretty move by Caicedo.
No one there to help. Caicedo took full advantage of the mishap on the Peruvian defense.
Mancilla to Vera. Vera has it bounce off a defender, and here comes Ecuador again. Caicedo misses the layup, but I think that went off Duarte, and it'll remain with Ecuador.
So you saw it full on attack after the mishap from Peru. Ecuador got a little unlucky. The layup didn't went in, but they get the ball back, so luck's pretty much on their side on that one.
Vinuesa high off the glass, and she draws the foul. That will be on Mancilla, her first. Vinuesa misses the free throw as she tries to break into the scoring column. That time she hits. Garcia to Cosmopoulos. 10 to shoot, 2:40 in the game. Turnover Peru. Here comes Ypes. Ypes gets it back, and Ypes misses the layup, and then Salcedo gets fouled. I think they're going to get Duarte. They are.
Great unselfish play there from the Ecuadorian team, knowing full well there was one right behind her that could take the rebound and end up at the free throw line.
No doubt. Both free throws good. 61-39. That three is good. Foul is going to be on Mancilla, her third. I believe that was Duarte on that last three-pointer for Peru. She's got 5 points now. Two more for Salcedo. She's got 9. Another turnover for Peru. Figueroa back out to Caicedo. 1:40 to play, third quarter, and now Ecuador patient again. Figueroa missed the open shot in the lane. Garcia to Duarte. She launches the open three. That's good. Duarte with another three-pointer. She's got 8. Lead down to 18. Coming up on a minute to play, third quarter. Coutinho gets to Figueroa, out to Caicedo. Now she drives on Garcia. Tried to give it up underneath, and Duarte commits the foul on Salcedo.
Drive, pass to Diana Salcedo. She'll get to the line. That's it. That's the winning formula Ecuador is showing right now, keeping their lead up with less than a minute to go here on the third quarter of this game.
Ecuador really making hay at the free throw line as Diana Salcedo has 10 points. 5 players in double figures for Ecuador. Caicedo 15, Angulo 14, Salcedo now 11, Gencon 11, and Ipes has 10. Only one player in doubles for Peru, and that's Ana Farfan. She has 10.
And on the court, another turnover for Peru. Didn't even get it through halfway of the court. Once again, Diana up. Diana goes to the line.
And Peru's probably starting to feel a little frustration here. They were in this game midway through the second quarter, and then all of a sudden Ecuador exerted itself, and Peru has had no answers.
Cosmopolis got called for the foul. Hard hit on Diana as she went up.
.45 now, 22-point lead. 45 seconds to play, third quarter. Ball will stay with Peru. Duarte has it popped out of there from Caicedo. Bounces off of one of Marcelo's monitors down there.
Marcelo Galicchio, the Uruguayan, our TV graphics producer, led up.
I think he lost power to one of those monitors.
Maybe, yeah.
Tech over there working on it for him.
Great technical workers here.
Yes.
In Barquisimeto, a great host city in every aspect of the game. Thank you so much once again here in Barquisimeto for me. Been here 5 times in the last 6 months.
Wow.
Almost ready for my residency here.
Three-pointer rattles in. 70-45 now. That three-pointer was from Maria Vidueza.
Oh.
Boy, and that's how it's going for Peru. Mansilla couldn't connect from in close. And the third quarter will come to an end. Ecuador on top, 70-45. Back with fourth quarter action in just a moment. The printer CIS Wi-Fi is working on my phone, but not on my laptop. And the Prensa Wi-Fi isn't getting me the stat page. Heading to the fourth quarter in Barquisimeto, it's 70-45 in favor of Ecuador. Leading Peru, Ecuador vying for its first win in group play. After 3 quarters, Ecuador continuing its blistering shooting, 67% from 2-point range, 50% from 3-point range. Peru only 39% from 2, 28% from 3. Points in the paint pretty close. And I think the clock did not start. Still sitting on 10 and the shot clock at 24.
Marcelo getting the work in right again. As Julio Anaya from Panama comes to the scores table to see what's wrong.
You get a look at reprogramming the scoreboard and a check with Marcelo to see how much time was left, because he had it on the graphic.
Yeah. Should be 9:54 according to our graphics department.
Put up 9:58 on the clock over the basket and 10:58 on the big scoreboard. Now they're both back at 10. Second of 4 games today. Coming up later on at 4:45, it's going to be Paraguay and Colombia. Followed up at 7 by Venezuela and Argentina. That one's going to be a dandy. And we expect this to be, if not a full house, pretty close to it. And the Venezuelan fans will be raucous.
As they are always.
Yeah.
One of those early anticipated matchups. Both teams looking forward to it. Argentina is the historic favorite, but Venezuela has gotten some shockers in, mainly classifying to the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament that will be played later on the year on Nantes, France. So we'll be checking in to see what happens on that game. Should be a great game. Both teams equally matched. Oscar Silva versus Christian Santander. We'll see what happens in that game. We're back here, and we still have technical difficulties.
Man, now the clock is running.
Yeah.
Now they got it stopped, but it's got 9:38. Lost about 20 seconds. Now it continues to run. It's been the only technical glitch so far of this tournament.
Indeed.
The FIBA technical staff, everybody in game operations, has been tremendous.
It may be time to call those teams to the bench. Or here we go. No,
They
we're
got
ready.
it. 9:54. How about that?
Great job, Marcelo.
Marcelo laughs, and we're back underway. Patino,
Let's see if
10
any
to shoot. Vinuesa for 3. Yes.
I was gonna say, let's see if any of that break helps. And apparently, not so much for Peru.
Well, it helped Ecuador.
Yeah.
Bellatin, with her team trailing by 18. Vega now in the corner. Bounce pass to Farfan. She loses control. Here comes Caicedo. She loses the dribble. Gets it back out. Can't connect on the open jumper. Porras. Hands to Farfan. She takes Patino.
Almost.
Just about rolled that one in underhand. That would have been a circus shot. Salcedo thought about the three-pointer.
Yeah.
Caicedo more of the three-point shooter than Salcedo is. Now Vinuesa, she's definitely a three-point shooter. Figueroa. Inside to Salcedo, and another foul.
This time she won't go to the free throw line, but we already got the point. Take the ball to Salcedo. She'll get the job done.
Foul on Bellatine, trying to deflect that pass. That's her third. Salcedo couldn't connect there. Bellatine gets it to Farfan. Beg your pardon, that's Porras.
And again, we have clock trouble.
So they reset the shot clock to 14. It did not start quickly enough. Not sure 10 seconds had elapsed, but they were pretty far into the front court, so maybe it did. Vega, spin move, has it poked away, but a foul called. That'll be on Maria Vinuesa. First foul on Vinuesa. Porras for three, and that's good.
Thought about it, decided on it, threw it up, and got the score. What more can you ask?
Patino swings it over to Vinuesa. Back to Patino. Back to Vinuesa in the other corner. Figueroa to Vinuesa. Launches the three. Tell that was going to be short. Bellatine the rebound. Bellatine 5 rebounds to lead her team. Caicedo has 8 rebounds to go along with her 15 points for Ecuador. Figueroa ahead to Salcedo. Layup is good. 75-48 now, coming up on 7 minutes to play in the game. Salcedo now with 15. Farfan trying to shake Patino and can't. Lobs it into the lane for Vega. Back out to Duarte for three. Back iron, no. Patino passed on the open three. Long three-pointer that time by Salcedo. Figueroa cleans it up, and she'll go to the line. Cosmopoulos and Sila and Vera come back on for Porras, Farfan, and Vega.
What extremely dominant performance from Ecuador on the paint. 27 rebounds and 26 of their points coming from the painted area under the basket.
Caicedo sits down. And Shehani Santamaria comes in for Ecuador, the 15-year-old. Has not seen much time this tournament as she learns the international game. Now she gets it low, kicks it out, and shot clock violation against Ecuador. Patino did not get the shot off in time. 6:10 to play, 19-point lead for Ecuador. Hope you can stick around, or rather come back, for our 2 games later this afternoon and evening. We've got Colombia taking on Uruguay as Colombia tries to rebound from its loss to Brazil yesterday. Beg your pardon, it's Colombia and Paraguay, not Uruguay. As Vinuesa hits another three. Colombia plays Uruguay tomorrow. Then at 7, it's Venezuela and Argentina. Bellatine's jumper is short. Salcedo Euro step around Vera, and Vera gets called for the foul. Timeout on the floor, 5:22 to play. Big lead for Ecuador, 80-48. Fourth quarter action. Live in Barquisimeto.
En todas las defensas cambiamos. En todas las defensas cambiamos. En todas las cortinas cambiamos. 2. Tenés que estar dribleando con mano izquierda para cuando salen las aleras que tenga el balón. Las cortinas tienen que ser buenas, no se paren ahí y que la jugadora, la defensora se encuentre con la otra acá. Tengo que frenarla para que salga. No salió la primera, sale la segunda. No tuvo pelota, esta se va hacia allá, la última, la pivot, la última juega pick and roll y cae hacia abajo. Esa es 2. Esa es 2.
Para que estés más cómoda, cárrate para el lado de allá, que las pivots se pongan acá para que driblees con la derecha. Si te complica con la
¿Está
izquierda.
claro? Y si salgo con marca, recibo y tomo el tiro. Dale.
Pero chicas, dale, vamos a buscar el tiro.
5 minutes and 18 seconds until Ecuador collects its first victory of this tournament. As you see the three-pointer there by Porras. Layup by Salcedo. She's had a great game, 15 points. Caicedo, 15 points also for Ecuador, to go along with 8 rebounds. Angulo has 14, Vinuesa 10, Gencon 11, Ipes 10. Only Ana Farfan in double figures for Peru with 10. Free throw good by Diana Salcedo. Second one rattles in.
Diana will take a much needed rest after an amazing performance here tonight.
We may not see her again this game.
And I think we shouldn't, but we'll see what coach thinks.
Gonna get Santa Maria some good minutes, Figueroa some good minutes. Jocelyn Morera into the game now for Ecuador, along with Vinuesa and Patino. Bellatine will go to the free throw line after the foul by Santa Maria. Bellatine got the youngster up in the air and drew the foul. Vega comes on now to replace Mansilla. Bellatine misses both free throws. Vega collected the offensive rebound, and she draws another foul on Santa Maria. That'll be 2 quick ones on the youngster. Just 15 years old.
One of the youngest of the tournament, if not the youngest. There's also no 15-year-old in Uruguay, so we'll need to check birth dates to know which one is the youngest.
Farfan hits the contested three, 81-51 now. Vinuesa between the rings, 4.5 minutes to play. Morera, her three offline. Bellatine to Vera, back out to Bellatine for three, short. Figueroa the rebound. And now a foul committed by Duarte. That should be her 5th. It is, and Duarte will sit down for the remainder of this one. Porras comes back on. Ecuador has outscored Peru 19-6 since the 118 mark of the third quarter. Peru's offense really has stalled. Melatine tries to spin her way into a look. Tries the shovel pass and gets it intercepted. Now Vega saves it back into Ecuador, and Vinuesa, big smile on her face as she tries to chase that one down. And a jump ball called. It'll go back to Peru on
like a hot
possession.
potato, no?
Yeah. Didn't know if you had that expression in South America, hot potato.
I think they understand. Something is hot, you wibble it in the air or you pass it around.
Maybe a hot mango. Farfan, another three. What would you say would be the vegetable of choice in South America?
Oh, that's a tough one. It depends on the region. I think corn, probably.
Inside 3 minutes to play. Corn, a popular staple in North America as well. Nice shot there by Ana Farfan. She's got 15. Having herself a nice little game. 3 of 6 from three-point range. I think I'd have to say potatoes would be the vegetable of choice in America. Not that a potato is actually a vegetable, but with all the French fries consumed in fast food restaurants,
should be.
I think potato would be the
obvious choice.
Yeah. Of course, we eat a lot of salsa in America too, so maybe tomatoes, along with sauce with pasta.
Maybe we should say a long variety of vegetables
Mm-hmm.
to not get any of the vegetables angry at us.
Yeah. Wouldn't want some angry cauliflower looking us up in the middle of the night. Of course, the corn could hear us.
Yeah.
Corn being ears.
Yeah.
The things you talk about during a blowout. 84-53. Of course, we can't make any faces at the potatoes because they have eyes.
Wow.
Alessandra Vera draws the foul, her second. Minute 57 to play, 31-point lead for Ecuador, make it 32. And you wanted to be a broadcaster.
Oh, I was just going to say, you want to see some women's basketball of South America? Look at the South American Women's Championship, but at the same time, you get a vegetable lesson.
Yeah.
What a great way to spend the day, no?
Well, Victor and I were giving language lessons and language,
suggestions,
lessons
maybe?
in slang and jargon and origins of basketball terminology. Figueroa commits the hard foul there. Mentioned yesterday the basketball term dime for an assist. Do you know where that comes from?
No, I don't.
Neither did Victor.
Are you going to tell us?
I will tell you. A dime, which is 10 cents in the U.S., a dime used to be what you could make a call with on a pay telephone, public pay telephone. And when somebody would call the police to report a crime or report somebody, that's called dropping a dime on someone in kind of street terminology.
Oh,
so you're giving the police an assist.
Oh, wow.
So
I get it.
that became a dime in basketball. You say nice dime.
It's a good one.
I don't know what a nickel is. Of course, now it would be a quarter.
Yeah.
Not that there's many payphones left in the U.S.
Yeah.
Everybody's got cell phones now.
And if you want to rely on quarters for basketball games, we're on the last quarter of the game.
Yeah, so I don't think you can use quarter in that terminology. Maybe call it a George. Dropping a George. Nice George, since George Washington is on the American quarter. We're really reaching here now, Federico.
Yeah,
I got news for you. Figueroa off the glass, that won't go.
They're trying to get the ball back to Santa Maria so she can score.
Yeah.
We'll see if it happens.
Lasso, the only one not to score for Ecuador. Haven't seen her in a while. She's played only 8 minutes and 40 seconds of this game. Shot clock is off. Game clock at 20. Right hand scoop by Vinuesa won't go.
Come on.
Now a three-pointer from outside by Morera. Of course, we could call a dime of Frank because Franklin Delano Roosevelt is on there, but then a hot dog is called a Frank as well, so.
We'll keep it going.
I think we'll just leave it at dime.
Let's leave it at that.
85-57 the final. Ecuador gets its first win in group play. Peru will fall to 0-3. Ecuador now 1-2. As once again the final score 85-57. Second game of the day in the books at the 2016 South American Championship for Women, live from Barquisimeto. As we look at some of the statistics, Ecuador a blistering 58% from two-point range, a very good 42% from three-point range. Peru just 15 of 41 for 36% from two, 7 of 25 for 28% from three. Points in the paint in favor of Ecuador, 28-20. Fast break points 5-2 in favor of Ecuador. Second chance points even at 8. The Ecuador bench outscored Peru 30-12. Ecuador with a rebounding advantage, 40-33. Peru with a 13-10 edge on the offensive glass. Both teams took really good care of the ball. Ecuador just 10 turnovers, Peru 12. That was one thing Peru really had to work on. 8 steals for Ecuador, 6 for Peru. Salcedo, 16 points for Ecuador. Caicedo, 8 boards. Patino, 6 assists. Farfan led all scorers with 18. Bellatin had 8 rebounds. And Jimena Vega, 3 assists for Peru. As we look at all the scorers for Ecuador, Patino had 3, Caicedo 15, Morera did not score, Angulo 14, Vinuesa 10, Salcedo 16, Gencon 11, Ipes 10, Lasso did not score, Santa Maria had 1, and Figueroa had 5. For Peru, Maria Bellatin had 7, Horas had 6, Garcia 2, Ana Farfan 18, Mencia did not score. Alessandra Vera had 5. Gabriela Duarte had 8. Veronica Cosmopoulos 2. Jimena Vega 9. Ortiz and Proto did not play. Ecuador outscores Peru in every quarter, including the last 15-12, to make the final margin 85-57. Tough tournament for Peru, Federico.
No doubt about it. They lead our championship without a win, but they did create some memories for us here in Barquisimeto. And as we can say that Ecuador will play for the 5th position of this championship after securing the 3rd spot of Group B in the 2016 South American Women's Championship.
Ecuador shot very, very well today, and they hope to be able to keep that up. Ecuador. Finishing group play. Two more games today. Paraguay and Colombia coming up at 4:45, followed by Venezuela and Argentina at 7. Just 2 games tomorrow to finish up group play. Colombia and Uruguay at 4:45, followed by Brazil and Paraguay at 7. Then we're on to the medal round. And then the championship on Thursday. For my partner, Federico Lopez, I'm Craig Feda saying so long for now. Don't forget, coming up at 4:45, Paraguay and Colombia. We'll be back on the air at 4:35 with the pregame on that one. For everyone at FIBA, so long for now. Thanks for watching. This is the 2016 South American Championship for Women from Domo Bolivariano in Barquisimeto.